So in this video, I'm going to be giving you a tour of my tiny house Airstream. So this is my 1969 Airstream Overlander. She is 27 feet and newly renovated. I'm going to give you a tour of the inside and kind of a little bit of the background story. So in my early 20s is whenever I first started traveling. I moved to several different states. I worked on 2 different cruise ships. I moved around a lot, and I think I was really just looking for something to fall in love with. But that never happened. I never found a job or a location or a person that I felt that strongly about to stay in one place. So I kept traveling and kept moving, and eventually I realized that that is what I love. I love this nomadic lifestyle. I love being on the road and the spontaneity and experiencing new things. And at that point I decided that I wanted to try to make this a lifestyle, like a long-term thing. So that's whenever I started looking into what I could buy as a home / travel in. So I looked at trailers, I looked at some renovated school buses, tiny houses, and it was actually in the process of, I was talking to this tiny house builder that is out of Memphis. I was talking to him about like pricing and whatnot about a tiny home. And that was at the same time that he purchased this old broken down Airstream, and he advertised it as, you know, he's going to renovate it. Whoever wanted it could help with the process, decide what they wanted, and then take it as this brand new renovated kind of like tiny house Airstream. And when I saw it, I fell in love instantly. I was like, this is what I want. This is it. There was no question. So I sent him the first payment, and we started the process, and it took much longer than we both anticipated. But I'm here, and it's done, and it's beautiful. So, this is my home, my beautiful Airstream. We have my little desk corner area. I do a lot of writing there. I do my makeup there. I have my shoes in here. Cords, laptop stuff in the corner there. So over here is my little living area. I have the couch. I have a good amount of storage underneath of the couch. I've got some shelving units for books. My mini split heat AC unit. I have throws tucked in the corner there. Kind of addicted to blankets. So this is the bathroom area right behind me. It does have a sliding door. Otherwise, it's pretty small and simple. So these are my stick curtain rods that I got out of the yard. You can see outside a little bit. So I have a little shelf for storage, towels, bathroom stuff. I do have a composting toilet. So it's called a dry Flesch composting toilet. It's made by Lavio, and I'll actually show you how this works because it's kind of cool. So there's this bag in there, and when you're done going to the bathroom, you flush it. And it wraps up your disposals. It pulls the bag out. And then it kind of just pulls them to the side. And you can buy these cartridges at Home Depot. I think one cartridge lasts for like 17 flushes. And it just looks like that. You put it right on there. If I ever decide to go with a traditional RV toilet, I can do that too. I do have piping or plumbing for it. I just don't have the hookups here at the property I'm at. So shower. It's pretty small. I am about 5'8", and it fits me perfect. So anybody taller is probably gonna have to duck underneath of the nozzle. Otherwise I have like a little bit of storage area back here. And back here as well. But otherwise, yeah, that's the bathroom. It's pretty small. Across is the kitchen. You can see the sculpture garden in the backyard too. So I have a pretty decent sized sink, which is so nice after being in the van and having a tiny one. I got this cutting board to fit over that perfect for more counter space. And then my 2-burner stove, which this board fits perfectly over this as well. Yeah. I have a little fridge. It does have a freezer. Toaster oven. Otherwise, I just have 2 cupboards, so my storage space is really limited. I've got food and whatnot in there. And then on this side is where my hot water heater is. And I also have all this plumbing stuff here. This is really cool because the Airstream is designed to be hooked up to a hose to get water. This is the valve that shuts that on and off. But this one we added at the very end. This pipe goes to an extra water storage tank, which is under my bed. So with the hose turned on, if I open the valve, it starts to fill up that water tank. So when I go off grid, I'm still gonna have that water supply. There's a pump back there too. So that's really nice. This is my kitchen stuff. Pots, pans, bowls, plates, cups, coffee stuff, very important. Miscellaneous cooking stuff. Oh yeah, I have my silverware in here too. Junk drawer. So as far as the kitchen, that's pretty much it. It's definitely all very condensed. It's all very organized. And I think anyone that has experienced simple living or like tiny house living can relate to this. Where like everything always has to be very organized and very clean. And yeah, just to like utilize space efficiently. I feel like I have plenty of space personally, but I also moved into this after traveling in a van, so that has definitely made it a lot easier for me. So for my bedroom, it's pretty much just a queen size bed. It is pretty high off the ground, which is why I have this stool. In this little cabinet is where I also keep all my clothes. There's a lot of storage space under the bed, so I have bins of clothes down there, as well as like suitcases and other things that I'm storing. So it's a really small space, but it's really comfortable. And I have my little hooks up there. The door does slide shut. The wood accents. Way too many pillows. And I think at the end I just have about, it's probably like 3 inches of space. Not room for a whole lot. You can see in that corner I have my broom and my like little Swiffer thing. But otherwise it's just the bed, which is so comfortable. I'm not gonna lie, I sometimes have a really hard time getting out of bed. It's just so comfortable. So that is basically it. It's a very small space, but I have everything I need, and it's so inspiring and airy and open. And you know, I've been in places in the past that I have felt like are kind of unhealthy living situations, places where it kind of just felt like the energy was being sucked out of you. This is the opposite. I constantly feel inspired. I constantly just feel like so airy and light, and that was really important. That was really what I was going for. So I'm super happy about that. I'm gonna show you the yard area, which I'm very proud of because I did it all myself. So this is my little paradise. You see my compost pile in the back there. It's like 80% banana peels. So the awning is pretty old. The original awning, yeah, only like 50 years old. But it's so cute. I still use it, even though it's so old. So all these stones and this garden box, the railroad ties, all this stuff was left over from some people that I guess they used to be here like a year or so ago. They had a tiny house and they were here. And they had all this bricks and whatnot just in piles. It's like they bought the stuff but they never actually put it together. So I was more than happy to put it to use. I did buy the hammock. I was going to attempt to make pallet furniture, but that failed. I did succeed at a yoga stage instead. And I ordered like a big 6x6 yoga mat, so that should be here soon. It's a mosquito net. I have my little artist easel there. Yeah, I love it out here. I could spend all day outside. So, when I got the email in February saying that the Airstream was about to be done, I immediately started looking for a place to park it. I didn't know it was going to be done that soon, and so it was kind of a surprise, and I was like, what am I going to do with it? I didn't know, like, I thought maybe I was going to have to park it, you know, if I couldn't find a spot, just put it in storage and wait until something came available. But this place I actually found online, and it's a couple that owns this property here in Albuquerque. And they have a couple of their own rental units on Airbnb. And so they had extra space and they kind of just took me in, and they're okay with my ideas of what I want to do, and it just kind of all worked out. And they've taken me in, and I've become a part of this little community, and it's a really beautiful thing. I love the property. It's so amazing. There's a pool and a hot tub and hammocks and a fire pit, and they kind of are doing the same thing that I want to do, like long term in the future, with these different like structures that they're renting out and whatnot. It's really inspiring. It's really beautiful, and all my favorite things are here. Everything I need. I don't need anything else. I have everything. So if you've seen any of my previous videos, you've probably heard me talk a little bit about Airbnb. I am renting the Airstream out on that website as a vacation rental. That has been a dream of mine for a while now. Actually, it was, I think like 2.5 years ago, I was on a road trip down the East Coast, and I stayed in Melbourne, Florida, at this woman's, it was kind of like a little cottage in her backyard. And the woman that was hosting, she was magic. She was just this amazing, like older, kind of hippie-ish, like very wise, very loving woman. And throughout my 5-day stay with her, I fell in love with the whole thing. And I decided, like, this is what I want to do, like, as a career, if that is even possible. Like, have these different really inspiring rental units that people can come and stay, and not just as like a random vacation rental, but just like to experience new ways of living, like the Airstream. I mean, it's not off grid, but it's definitely like, it's a very simple, like more slower paced type of lifestyle. But also, like, here now I have different things that really inspire me, like really amazing books. I'm leaving my guitar and my djembe in the Airstream. I have like a little easel and like a painting area outside. I have a yoga area, just different like artistic things that people can experiment with, like expression. And yeah, I think it's really inspiring, and not everybody has the opportunity to just like randomly try stuff like that. So I'm hoping that it doesn't end up just being like one night in, you know, a trailer, but people come away with like this amazing memory and just being inspired and kind of enlightened. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for with this whole thing. So I posted the Airstream listing on Airbnb last week. It is up. You can come and stay here. I have my first renter coming on Thursday, so I'm really excited for that. And when people are here, I will be staying in the camper van. It's really comfortable in there. I have a big bed and a sink, and I'm gonna do a tour of that also eventually. But hopefully everything goes really well with the Airbnb thing, and if so, I'm potentially gonna leave the Airstream here in the fall, have somebody take care of it for me, and go travel in the van. That is my long-term goal, to somehow do that and make an income at the same time. And eventually, I hope eventually to have some sort of like property with other units on it as well. We'll see how that goes. A long-term goal. I also want a sailboat. Big dreams over here, big dreams. But so yeah, it's exciting to finally have these things like coming into place, and yeah, the Airstream is amazing. People are gonna love it. I hope you love it too. So it's getting dark outside, and I'm gonna turn the twinkle lights on. I want you guys to see them. They're really pretty.